to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Badgers will get us started with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets a block. Oh, now the ball has been knocked free. They were lucky that fumble went out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. So South Carolina's offense will go to work first. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time out.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns. Like, it was a thing of beauty. Now, defensively, I also know that. And I know he's looking that way. So look forward to seeing the chess match with the defense and maybe ways they can take him away.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. They'll run it from the gun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drop. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The give to the back. Oh, what a cut! They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. The Badgers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
You get 5 sacks in a game the way this defense did last week, and it's going to make your offensive coordinator second-guess himself a little bit with respect to protections. I'm not sure how confident this offense is early.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job of ball security.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Sure hands, it's Jones. He is denied, cannot get to the 1st down marker, and it's 4th down coming. They punted away on 4th down. Wants to return it. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. So they put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Bob. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Here's the pressure. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. He's looking downfield to throw. Going for it all. Catch inside the 25. He just brought some serious energy making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. Rides the back on the option to give. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Off play action. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16. From the gun, they'll try the middle. There he goes. Got enough for the 1st down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Badgers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They'll give it to him again.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Now it's a 1st down from the 43-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the 1st quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. To the ground with the back.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Zings it complete to the right. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. The Badgers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll try to pound their way in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the D deny them on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Quarterback just flat missed it, incomplete.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
And this one is perfect. And that's going to tie it up. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Duke is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Daniel Jones, this offense is not guaranteed to just keep scoring points today. They're up by 7 over North Carolina. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And here comes the Heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And the Gamecocks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Really good job by the defense seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job. being ready for that play.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man to the left. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. And the Badgers looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Snagged out of the air. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a first down. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll run play action. Able to get a foot down in bounds and make the catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Fitted in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. And we're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Stein. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield on first down. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. And he just got the on-Wisconsin call and went on into the backfield to pick up the sack.
Yeah, jumping around on quarterbacks in the backfield. Really good job getting upfield, playing aggressive, playing like their hair's on fire. Wisconsin linebackers do that year after year.
Pulls and fired complete. The stop is made right at the 36-yard line. The defense coming up big on 3rd down. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. The official says no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Complete to the left. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Now the play fake. And some room to work. Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. They'll try to power their way ahead. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Badgers! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines, be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Wide receiver comes in motion. On the move. Looking for room at the 40. Breaks into the open. At the 20. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, you're going to need more of this in the second half. That's the way you punctuate a drive at the end of the first half to cut this to a one-possession game. You need more of that physicality in the second half.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the offense has done its job. They have the lead, and they'll secure it as we head to halftime. And they don't want to risk a turnover here, so they'll just take the knee and head to the locker room. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Men, it is hard to beat Columbia when that town is buzzing as it is today. And in this day and age where quarterbacks chuck it all over the field, how refreshing to see two offenses rely on off-tackle left, off-tackle right, and even a few halfback dives. Physical offensive lines and elusive backs have told the story. A throwback to the halcyon days of 3 yards and a cloud of dust.
Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right, that pocket has been shaky. If it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking football game.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
You don't even see quarterbacks under center very often, but when you do, and it's short yardage, you kind of know what's coming, but it didn't matter. Quarterback does a great job. Find some space, keep those feet moved.
Breaks free! They stop him at the 7.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Back to pass. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
And the quarterback pulled up 2 and sacked at the 12. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Field goal is good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Florida State took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2013 Seminoles team led by Jameis Winston, Devontae Freeman, and Kelvin Benjamin would just steamroll teams.
Brad behind the line. It's Clark.
Never know what can happen when 2 good teams face off, but even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
The Gamecocks will line it up on 1st and 10. Using the quick game. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. We want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Quarterback may change this route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them. And the Gamecocks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Going deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Unloads to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He'll try to do it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. It's complete on the right side. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. The Badgers line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Lets it fly. Catch and stride inside the 15. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, South Carolina. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Trying play action. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. They'll leave it with him. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Looking to throw on 3rd. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Bringing it back. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. The Gamecocks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The inside handoff. Fakes it past the marker. He's now up to 75 yards on the ground for them so far, has his eyes set on that 1,400-yard mark. And the Gamecocks with the 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
Well, it's clear the coaching staff had a little conversation before this drive, and they said, we have got to run the football. All 4 plays of this drive so far have been runs, and they're taking a bit of an attitude shift here. They want to be physical, and they want to pound the defense into submission.
So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. Motion from the wideout. Quick pass on the fly motion. Touchdown Gamecocks! They move on top here in the 4th.
That is complimentary football at its finest. The defense gets the turnover. The offense punctuates it, uses it to their advantage, takes the lead late in the football game. Now that defense that just gave you a good stop, they need another one for them.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. They'll move the tight end. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. At the 40, there he goes. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. And the Badgers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Hey, listen, as a receiver, you're running that hitch route against man coverage. You can't loaf on it, right? I know it's just a little short throw, but you've got to make the defender think you might be going deep. So a nice job not just taking it easy on the play. He put his foot in the ground, he drove back to the ball, and made it easy on his quarterback.
Completes it in the middle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on third down. Looking to throw for it. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. The Badgers will line up to punt it away. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They'll move the wide receiver. Hands it off on the counter. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
As an offense, you've got the lead, you've had success running the football. You hope that this play is just a blip because you know you're going to have to lean on your bell cow running back to ice this game and close it out.
Got his man downfield. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Clark. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the first down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They want that clock to run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Got some work to do on 2nd down after that last one. They need 13. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. And the quarterback takes a knee.